Why hasn't this Laura Clery and Stephen Hilton thing being picked up by mainstream media? As a journalist who has worked for national and global outlets, let me break it down for you. So as you can see right here, this was picked up 1 month ago, but really it's talking about co-parenting with an addict. But there has scarcely been anything online or in the news about his hacking, alleged. So let's talk about why that might be. So I'm a journalist that has worked for global brands as well as national, and I can tell you exactly why it hasn't been picked up and why people don't seem to want to sensationalise this. Nothing sensational has happened just yet. While this might seem a little bit confusing, considering the latest things that he has been posting online, and obviously, of course, Laura's been saying that she has been quite fearful for her life, and, rightly so. All in all, Laura and Stephen are quite a niche subject. They are online, they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube, but they're not A-list celebrities. If this was Justin Bieber doing it, the news would have a field day. However, these aren't that high up in the scale and grand scheme of things. And sadly, while it does seem to be escalating, and of course law enforcement is involved, there hasn't been anything majorly criminal that has happened. Unfortunately, it does seem to be the case that newsworthy things typically happen after the big thing has happened. And just recently I have written about quite some horrendous things that have happened across YouTube in the last month. But all in all, there are some ethical considerations to take into account here. Stephen has been diagnosed as autistic and there's active drug use. There's not a lot of things that have been verified from a police source or a police statement to really give credibility to the story, because at the moment it's a he said, she said internet battle. If Stephen were to be incarcerated, then of course mainstream media would pick that up. That would be quite credible. But as of right now, it's just a very messy situation that really requires quite a strong angle, unfortunately. I know a lot of people have been on this app and have been asking, why this hasn't been getting as much attention as it should. But it all boils down to what can be proven. Are the police involved and have they issued a statement? And has something quite big happened at the moment? And none of those three things really apply right now.